Hey guys, welcome back to Trendy Gadget. Today we'll talk about microphones. Let's head into it. If it's been said once, it's been said 1,000 times. Your projects will only be as good as your audio for filmmakers and video professionals. Never will all the world's post-production tips and tricks truly redeem bad audio. That being said, it seems that there are different schools of thought about the importance of the quality of the microphone. One says that the microphone is the single most important piece of audio equipment on a shoot, while the other argues that, compared to selecting the right one for the job, the difference between top of the line and prosumer level options matters very little. Why are cheap microphones bad? Let's begin with audio recording basics. Every microphone has a polar pattern that defines its coverage. A cardioid, for example, is the most sensitive in the front and has practically no pickup in the back. An omnidirectional microphone, on the other hand, is equally sensitive at all angles and picks up sound from every direction. For filmmakers, most shotgun microphones used to capture one source of audio are usually cardioid or supercardioid, while omnidirectional microphones are more useful for things like room tone. You'll often see a range, such as 20 Hz to 20 kHz. If you look at various microphones online, the frequency response range is indicated by these numbers. Typically, the better the microphone, the bigger the range. It's important to note, however, for those considering cheaper audio options, that the human ear can only hear in the range of 20 Hz to 20 kHz, although that doesn't mean it's not important to capture the higher and lower frequencies. When looking at the differences between cheap and expensive microphones, one of the most notable aspects will be the microphone's dynamic range, specifically how faithful a microphone can be when recording between its largest or max SPL and smallest or the noise floor signals. As with dynamic range in video, and say the difference between footage shot on a cheap DSLR and a high-end cinema camera with a greater range of capture, the less information you lose, the more will be available to work with in post. Here are some of the worst microphones under $200 that you should avoid. Number 1. Samsung Meteorite, $150.
Meteorite is a USB condenser microphone that's available in 3 different colors.
Samsung Meteorite is a small footprint and an expensive USB mic, compatible with both Mac and PC. When combined with a Lightning USB adapter, which is not included, it also works for the iPad. An obscenely short and filmy cable, however, creates limitations, so using it for anything other than a MacBook or a laptop is difficult to justify. Samsung claims the pickup pattern of the mic is cardioid, but that's a lie. The Meteorite has a broad subcardioid, so it picks up a ton of background noise from the room, not to mention the mechanical vibrations. Number 2. Blue Nessie, $195.
Blue Nessie, so this is a desktop recording microphone, so this is adaptive USB microphone. It's plug and play for both PC and Mac.
It may be an exaggeration to describe the sound quality as decent, but it could be better. Despite the addition of 3 recording modes intended to improve the sound, this mic is still not nearly as good as the same manufacturer's Blue Yeti. I find this somewhat alarming because the Yeti have been around for more than 15 years, and one of their newest microphones is the Nessie. They are apparently developing backwards, it seems. Similarly, Blue Nessie gets a bit harsh on the highs with the Samsung's Meteorite ball-shaped mic, and certainly lacks the lower end response, though to a smaller degree. Behold, a fix is included. Digital processing does a bit of the compression, and de-easing is activated by the vocal recording mode. That makes the sound richer and less sibilant efficiently, although this also makes more noticeable the breaths and background sound. This is somewhat reminiscent of a sound of a studio, although of a very inferior quality, without any digital processing involved. However, the same old Blue Yeti sounds just as good and more natural. Scrimping on the microphone quality just to implement the fancy DSP simply defeats the intention of creating this complexity. Number 3. Sennheiser E835, $80. Sennheiser E835 is a budget mic of average quality that has a very distinct wide cardioid pattern. As such, it offers a minimum proximity effect and is quite forgiving. If the talent goes a bit off axis, this mic is very easy to handle and it will be ideal for presenters, churches, and other non-critical applications, but nothing more. E835 has a bright response and provides a strong presence in your face, which makes it very easy to cut through, and yet there is some transparency lacking in the higher end. It's not too muddy, and in this price range, it's not inferior to the other mics. This won't be noticed by most individuals, although a seasoned musician may get irked. The SM58 continues to outperform, but the transient response is not much better. If it's pushed too hard, especially on those soprano harmonics that fall into range, the upper mid-range is a bit bloated and gets outright harsh. Number 4. T-Bone SC400, $200.
The Thomann T-Bone SC400, by no means the most premium microphone in their catalog.
The mic sounds basic, but it doesn't have too much added character. Like many mics of this type, it adds a slight touch of top-end emphasis, but not so much that it means lots of nasty sibilance like you get from some budget small diaphragm mics. You might need some de-esser, sissing being very prevalent. While studying the warranty rates of this product, we also noticed that the RMA requests would skyrocket after 6 to 12 months of usage, the main reported issue being the microphone only picking up noise and not voices. Overall, we would not recommend this microphone solely because of this issue. What did you think about this? Do you agree on the microphone's selections, let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it, hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.